Stop telling black folks how to feel. Stop telling them how to protest or organize or fight back, because you got no business. Until you can understand what it would be like to start your journey in this country legally defined as 3/5 of a man. Until you understand what it would be like to have great-grandparents and grandparents that were slaves and or sharecroppers. And once they were quote-unquote freed, they were oppressed by Jim Crow laws and just hate in general. Until you understand what it would be like to be given syphilis on purpose and not treated just to see what would happen. That was the Tuskegee experiment. 3/5 of a man. Until you know what it's like to uplift yourself from that said slavery and Jim Crow laws and build yourself a little part of a city that was yours and that sustained you and your people, and you took care of each other and were actually prospering and thriving better than others that didn't look like you in your town. Till you do that and then have those other people come and burn it down and kill everybody. That's Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you didn't know, you can Google that too. Because 3/5 of a man. Till you had children blown up in churches, or sons beaten unrecognizably to death for looking at a woman of another color. Or just hundreds upon hundreds, maybe thousands of your people were lynched for any number of minor offenses throughout the last century and a half. 3/5 of a man. If you don't know what that's like, shut the fuck up. Till you know what it's like to actually organize and fight your way out of some of that, and then have an organization come along that builds your people up, feeds them, tries to educate them and teach them how to legally arm and defend themselves. That's the Black Panthers. Until you have that, and then have the government infiltrate it and destroy it because they're so terrified of what organization of your people looks like. That's COINTELPRO, if you don't know. 3/5 of a man. And then summarily have your neighborhoods flooded with drugs and guns, in the hopes that you either get yourselves addicted or kill each other. Until that, shut the fuck up. 3/5 of a man. Until you've spent the last few hundred years of you and your ancestors fighting not to take anything from anyone, but just to be considered an equal human being. Until you can do that, sit down and shut the fuck up.